What's going on, everybody? Let's hop in here real quick. Let me get my trading view up. All right, we're a little late, but market doesn't open until 9:30, so we should be good. Let me just make sure I'm on the right account. Yep. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a great day yesterday. I want to see if this works to give some more light. Just trying some new things. Trying to make this a little bit better for y'all. Let's see if this will stand up. I don't think it's helping at all. Oh, doo-doo-doo. All right, let's get some market analysis done. Let me get rid of all this stuff real quick. Get my dashboard pulled up. Sorry, first time on YouTube streaming. Streamed on Facebook several times. Get out of here. Sorry, my cat. Streamed on Twitch, Facebook, first time on YouTube. I think this is where we're gonna stay. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Stream settings. Let's do this. All right. Let's do this. All right, let's do some market analysis. So we blew out this reversal zone yesterday, which is very possible that we come down again. ES all-time highs. Yeah, we've never been here before. Let's go today. We ain't been here before. Yeah, this is just insane. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it still just blows my mind. So I was hoping to see what the market does this morning with all the news from China. Trump went and met with China today or yesterday. It's today or yesterday. And apparently, I believe it was yesterday. Apparently, it went less than great. see what happens with the market this morning after all this. I mean, we continued to climb yesterday, so, but it's pretty much been all night just choppy. So we've been kind of in the zone. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap here. I'm going to use this. We'll say this is the ultimate high here. There's a couple different reversal zones. I think this right here is a pretty good one. The way we blew through this one, I almost don't think this is one, but we have 2 points here. So it's very possible that it comes back down, retests this, and goes up. So I'm going to say this is going to come down, and we're going to go to the upside, is what I'm thinking on this one. Let's see here. Yeah, because we got a very, I mean, look at this. Yeah, I mean, that's very, even if we bring it up to here, yeah, we're still very, very, very bullish. All right. Let's go check out the NASDAQ. Let's put that up there. So I'm going to extend this reversal zone because, again, we've had some resistance here. I mean, we've got touch, touch, touch. There's a lot. It wants to come down in there. I'm going to say this. I mean, there's definitely one here. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely, yesterday, we were definitely very bullish. What I'd like to see and what I think is going to happen is we're going to bounce off this at market open and just skyrocket again. I really just don't see this. And it could just pop, 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 just wavy back and forth. But I'm going to say it's either going to, we're either going to break through this and go straight all the way down. If we take out this low, I mean, the next low is here. So I'm going to mark this just so we know. But I mean, in all reality, if we take out that low, we could see 27. I mean, we could see as much as 2,700. I mean, it's, or 27,000. Right now we're at 20. There's so many fucking numbers up here. What? Was that high today? Previous day high? Alright, let's see what was yesterday. So yeah, previous day high was that. So we had a previous day high last night. And the all-time high. Alright, let's see here. Time of 9:19. Alright, let's see what news we have. Well, that's good. I mean, there's really not any big news today. Let me make sure there's nothing that I'm blocked out from trading with my broker. Yeah, my broker's a little different. So that's some of the things that I think you guys have. I'm sure you guys have come across if you're trading, or you will come across if you're not yet. You will in the future, but like my broker has restricted trading events. So like for example, today I'll show you real quick. All right, let me pull this up. Let's see here. Yeah, so the good news is we do not have anything today that we got to look out for. So on these, let's see here, save. Right? God, I'm losing track of my days. All right, so yeah, May trade news. So for example, like Tuesday, I could not get on to. This is Chicago time, so technically this is behind us, but so it's an hour behind us. So this would have been 8:30 my time. I can't trade in that. So like yesterday it was 9:30. I have to wait 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after to enter or be in a trade. So you can't be in a trade through the news. Brokers will do this to limit your exposure to the market. Extremely volatile news big news can make the market way more volatile and make long pips, and you'll see on some of these. Let me see if I can pull up one example. We'll move this back over, and then I need to move. Sorry, I need to move my chat over here. I'm just trying to get everything set up, guys. Sorry, this is It's so different. This market's. We got 3 touches here. This is. I have a feeling this is heading to the upside. 100%. I don't think it's gonna break this. If you look right here, look at 3 touches in the zone. 1, 2, 3. 1. Bam. This is a perfect consolidation. I bet if we go to the 5, this is the head and shoulders. What about on the 15? I mean, it could be heading to the downside. We do have a head and shoulders here. One. Or it actually could be right here. Oh, the 30 looks even more like it. One. Head. Shoulder. We got a retest of the neckline. This could be going to the downside. This could very much be going to the downside. I mean, this is, bam. So you got your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We came down, retest the neckline, and then typically go to the downside. So it's very, very possible. I'm 30. That's why it's doing that. We got stuff everywhere. Move some of this stuff out of here, sorry. Charts get clogged. Oh, we could hit this. Just because we're bouncing off this top. I just see the market's giving some of this up, man. We've had too much growth over the last month. Wall Street set for higher opens as NVIDIA gains. Dude, this could just keep going. This market's so unpredictable right now. This market is so unpredictable. We're still gonna try to predict it though. Sorry, my phone was still connected to Bluetooth. All right. Come on, market. 1 minute, baby. All right, let's get off here. Let's let y'all watch. Why did my music disappear? Did we stop playing? Damn, there's a 30-minute gap there too. It really makes me want to wait this out, because I have a feeling we're gonna see a huge push to the downside, and then it's very likely that we spend the morning coming down, and in the afternoon, this is the way the market's been the last couple days, or I should say the last couple weeks, is we might get a nice downward spike and then just runs for the hills again. All right. There she is, boys and girls. All the volatility. Tons of volume, as normal. So I was a little late this morning. Normally I get on. You'll probably see this thing start to go, say, stream starting soon, about 8:50. This morning was just wild, man. Got up late. I slept so good. Got up late. Enjoyed my morning with my beautiful girlfriend. Made some coffee. Talked a little bit. Kind of got a game plan for today. I didn't get on to do my market analysis till like 8:40. Usually I'm on about 8. And then on top of that, I was switching over to YouTube today. So Facebook already has set up an OBS. I meant to do it last night. It's been a long week. Trying to get as much of this content going. Making videos yesterday. We made some reels. We're going to continue to do that, push some content out. I want to start doing some, I'm going to work on today, getting some lists together of some topics and things like that we can go over. I woke up this morning it's awesome. I love it. I like helping people. I want to help teach people to not make the same mistakes that I did when I got into trading, which is risking too much too early, not respecting the market, being emotional. There's so many different things. They have a list, and I mean, there's hundreds of videos on YouTube. But I feel like a lot of them are promoting the lifestyle that you can get from trading, which, don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of people out there that are fakes. But there's a lot of people making a lot of money doing this full time. There's a lot of people that are making a lot of money doing it part time. I would avoid watching the people that sell courses. There's so many good people out there. I've sent some of you guys some really good channels on YouTube that have helped me, that are more dedicated towards the skill than the lifestyle. So you got lifestyle traders and you got skill traders, and creators in both. So there's a lot of good information out there. There's a lot of bad information. What I will tell you is take all of it, put it in, your portfolio, put it in your mindset, take little pieces of everything and make your own strategy. There's some out there like foolproof strategies that they work. They just work. I mean, I've seen you've seen videos of my strategy. It works. But does it work over a long period of time? Does it work 20% of the time, but you're getting a 3-to-1 win to loss? You're still going to come out good. If your risk, it's not about wins and losses, it's about risk and reward. So, it's funny. I had a buddy of mine that I've been talking to about this for a couple years on and off, and he sent me a message that really kind of made sense in my mindset, because trading was very confusing. It's very scary. You see this, you got all this going on. There's a lot going on. Then you start charting, and then you're like, you start seeing things, and sometimes those things are not what they actually are. And then you make bad decisions. So you really have to feel confident. I try to talk myself out of a trade now, as opposed to where before I would get into a trade, I might lose in the first 30 seconds and I'm instantly looking for another reason to get back in. Now, if I lose, I'm like, okay, give me a reason not to get back in this. And if it gives me a reason to get back in, I'm looking for multiple reasons. Volume. What time of day is it? Is there news going on around it? Like there's a plethora of reasons why I will not take a trade, and we'll go over some of those. But the biggest thing is minimizing your losses and maximizing your wins. That is the easiest thing. But anyways, the guy texted me, went on a tangent, but he texted me and said, if you look at trading, because it's so confusing, and I was like, man, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm just failing. And then I would win, and I would have some big wins. And then it was like, man, I had one loss that I honestly felt sick to my stomach on. First time ever. I've played blackjack. I've gambled. I've won huge in casinos. Just for fun. This was just me and friends, like we, bachelor parties, things like that. But I've never felt the way about losing or winning money the way I do in trading. Like it before, prior, and it used to make me extremely emotional because there's no control, and you watch it unfold, and there's nothing you can do, good or bad. So it's just roller coasters. But what he said was, you got to look at it as a businessman or as a businessman mindset. You have to look at it as, yes, every entrepreneur has started on average. I think it's like 7 businesses, like millionaires. They had on average 7 businesses fail before they were successful. So look at trading in that aspect is, okay, yes, you're going to invest a little bit of money into you can either invest money into your skill set and start an account, not have a strategy, not have a plan. You know, fuck it, I'm going to wing it. I'm going in, I got $1,000, bam, dropped it in the market. You will lose it. You will 100% lose it. I will bank on it. I'd love for somebody to challenge me on that. You will 100% lose it. It may not be the first trade. It may not be the 10th trade. But you will lose that $1,000. You go in with $1,000 after paper trading, practicing your strategy, proving that it works over and over and over, and then you have the data. And that's what the people, you either skip that part and it costs you a lot of money, or you're patient and you do that part and you save yourself money, but you cost yourself time. So what I suggest is, if you're going to get into this and you're new, make sure that you have the allotted time. Give yourself 6 months of paper trading. 6 months is a sufficient time, I think. You know, can you paper trade every day, you know, all day long, and achieve that in maybe a month? Yes. Yeah, you could get decent. You'd be dangerous. But do I think you'd be successful? Still, it's 50-50. But what I will say is, if you take the time, you're patient with this, you learn from your mistakes, and you paper trade, which is simulated training, basically same system, trading view, everything is all the same. You pay like, I think it's $4 for market data. I don't know, I haven't done it in a while. I've always had trading view, so but I think you pay $4 for market data, and then they allow you to trade the real markets, but with simulated funds. So you're not as emotional, and then you can, once you're confident in that, and you feel like, hey, I can do this, then invest some money. But I would suggest, they say you can start for as low as like $400 or something. When I started, the first few accounts that I blew were small accounts like that. Then when I was like, you know what, I'm taking this serious. Like, I'm gonna create a strategy. I'm gonna practice. So I blew some accounts, blew some prop firm trains, and then I practice and practice and practice and practice. Then I traded a little bit here or there in Forex, which is very small. I think I had like a $200 account on Forex, and I just played around with it, and it never really like made killer money. It just like, it was a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. And then I was like, okay, well, now I don't feel bad about losing 10, 20, $30 a trade. Let's go in here. And about this time was, I would say, end of last year. And I've been like, literally, I mean, dude, if you could ask my girlfriend, I've been literally doing nothing but studying and learning. And, you know, unfortunately, fortunately, it's, I guess, glass, however you look at this. Let me fix my camera, hold on. So, unfortunately or fortunately, I think it's been a month and a half now. Yeah, it's been a little bit over a month, almost a month and a half. I lost my job. My position was dissolved. So I did automotive for 17 years. Worked for Toyota, Mazda, Subaru, service manager, director, Porsche. Was over a Porsche store recently. That was the last store I was at, and a Jaguar and Land Rover store. So, spent a lot of time in the automotive industry. But it was funny when I lost my job. I was like, damn, I'm gonna go, get right back into automotive. And my girlfriend's like, take a week off. You've been working for 17 years. Take a week off. So I took a week off, and I was like, you know what? I'll just day trade in the morning and then enjoy my time in the afternoon and hang out with the kids, pick them up from school, take them, miss your mom in it. And I started hitting. Like, I started an account. I was like, you know what? Let me move this other investment I have into this. And so I put $2,000 in an account, which I think is, if you're going to start your own account, start with $2,000. $2,000 into account, maneuvered, grew that portfolio, pulled some stuff, and like weekly, I've been pulling out all my profits. So essentially what I do is I trade Monday through Friday, and then I would pull my profits out and keep my portfolio. So then in my mind, I know I'm not going to lose more than what I invested. So you put $2,000 in and say you get up to $5,000, okay? You can leave that $5,000 in there and you can grow the portfolio if you want. I personally, if I put that $5,000 in there, all I'm gonna do is take my risk and multiply it, and I'm gonna risk more. And then what's gonna happen? I run the risk of losing more. And you can blow an account so freaking quick. So like, what I would do is I would make some profits, weekly profits, pull it out. Weekly profits, pull it out. So like, for example, today we're in, did I trade ES? Is ES where? Oh no, it's this one. I just gotta go to the day. Yesterday we did 11.26, and then the day before that we did 11.04. 40. So I did have a loss in there. Yeah, I did have a loss in there. And then fees and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. Did I have a loss in there? It may have not been. It may have been on the prop account. So another good way, that's what I was going to get into. But anyways, $2,100 for the week so far. I'm going for a 2-to-1. So I'm risking $500, which I'm going to show you. Let's see what this market's looking like right now, because it looks like it wants to go higher, and I feel like if we break this high, I'm going to watch to see what it does while we were talking. We got these all-time highs that we're testing. We're still green on everything. I just want to see what it does up here. I'm going to take care of this because this doesn't... I mean, this could be a test, but I feel like we already did that. And it started down, it failed. And I think this is the upward trend now. Let's keep an eye on this. We know the all-time highs are there. All right, sorry. So I'll get back to, obviously we're here for trading. But I just want to kind of, this is my first video on YouTube. I figured let's give some insight, and, hopefully when people come back and watch this, they can see, okay, hey, this was kind of the storyline, and this is how he, he was able to get to this point. And, hopefully something in here, even if you gain one piece of knowledge, hopefully something in this YouTube channel will help somebody not make a mistake and lose a lot of money, or help them achieve the goals that they want to get. That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm already trading. I'm sitting here. It's actually kind of boring sometimes trading. So this was a good way. I was like, shit, I'm already trading. Why don't I impact my fellow traders in a positive way while I'm trading? It's not sure what it wants to do. The ES following? The ES is definitely following. The ES looks stronger than, and it broke the high. So let's see what it does here. So what I'm going to be looking for is like a retest of one of these lines and then just catch a quick breakout. So I'm looking for like a retest of here. That's not even really a resistance on that. There is one here, I would say. So either we're going to retest there or this is going to become resistance. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to wait to see what it wants to do. If it wants to... That's a pretty aggressive move. On the 1 minute. Let's just see what it does on the 5. Sorry, I don't have my chat even pulled up. I hope. What's going on the interwebs this morning? What are we doing here? See, we're getting a little pullback. So there's definitely that all-time high is definitely going to push off. So this is where I want to see if we respect these gaps. So if we respect these gaps, we're going to the upside. Yeah, because there's a huge 15-minute here. So I'm either going to be looking for a long off this 15-minute. We'll see what this closes. It's got 6 minutes to close. So if this 15-minute closes a good portion of this bar here, or closes out above the all-time high, then we're going up. We're definitely going up. I'm confident in this enough. With the way this market has been, we've literally done this too many times. We did it yesterday. For example, downward trend, bam. Today, same thing. Downward trend, bam. It's not as drastic as this move, but market opened strong this morning. There it is. Super aggressive volume. That's what I said. It could retrace all this and just come back to where we started, where we opened this morning. Because we're still in that window. It's not 9:55. This is still early. Lately, the market's been, used to be a huge move between like 9:35 and like 9:50. There's like a 15-minute window there that where it used to just move like hell, and you had to catch that. It's tough to scalp those. It's tough. But lately, the market's kind of shot up right off the bat, kind of leveled out. Because, for example, here, look at 9:30 yesterday. Look at this pip. The same fucking thing. Look at the volume. Look at the pip. It was bigger than this. And you had two of them back to back. So we're about to get another one back to back. But we were straight green yesterday. I mean, it was so bullish. It's funny because I actually got in on this downward trend. This is what I hit on, was here. I didn't even mess with this. I was done trading, I think yesterday at like 10 o'clock. Let me see. I think I got out at like, let me get out of the 1 minute because that's where. I should have stayed in for this. This has been like 5K. God, that would have been a lick to hit that. Just even this move right here would have been nice. Yeah, I got in at 8:46, and I was out at. So this time, sorry, 9:46, and I was out at 9:48. So yeah, I was done by 10 o'clock, and I think I streamed all the way to here. Yeah, I got it at 10 o'clock. Yep. All right, let's see what we did. So I want to see if we took out that 15-minute gap yet. No. So we're gonna have to retrace all this. This right here to here. So now we got a higher low. Let's see if this closes below. Nope. So now we've got some, it seems like there's some resistance here. So let's see what that looks like on, yeah. So the 15-minute, there's definitely resistance there. Yeah, we've seen that in the past. There was 1 pip there, 1 pip here. This is definitely like a liquidity zone. So we broke through that. Now, like I said, we got 46 seconds. So I want to see this close up here, or at least I would say 80% of this. Okay, because we have our trend and we've already broke. This is a change of character. This was. But you got to keep in mind, it's just market open. So, like, I'd like to see what this does. This kind of give us an idea, but I'm not going to enter in here. This is not an enter in point. We're still unsure. Like, we're literally retracing all of that. And this thing could fake us out and blow this 15 out and then just skyrocket again. It does. I mean, fair value gaps, you got to take them with a grain of salt. I use them as indicators, but I also look at the other side of this. Okay, what have we done in the past? Always look left. Always look left. The market will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like. Oh, shit. That sucked. I just literally exited out of everything. Fuck. I hit the wrong button. There we go. That's why I love Chrome. Bring it over here, so. We're back. We're just chopping. We're just in the chop fest today. I mean, we'll see where this closes out. They're both doing it. Where are we at on gold? Okay, so we're still over $100 a barrel. That came down a lot though. Damn, we hit 104 yesterday. Rough. These oil guys are killing it right now. Oil doesn't look half bad either. I think we're gonna see oil prices rise again. I have a feeling we're gonna break. If we can break this, I'm gonna put an alert on here. Because if we break that, this thing's definitely going to the upside. I don't really trade oil that much. Especially recently. It's been crazy recently. Keeps resetting my fucking chart. Stop resetting me. What do you want to do today, market? You know what? I wonder what Riley. So a really good guy I like to watch is Riley Coleman. Let's see if he's live right now. He's doing the same thing. I'm gonna bring this over here so you guys can see this, because I'll turn them up a little bit. See, I just don't have my reversal.
That's why I was just talking about like, oh, this kind of looks like it could be a long stick over and shoulder.
Yep.
But we're in the middle of that range. Okay, it might not. The ES is actually making a little opposite.
I'm thinking it's gonna come back down and touch.
Little FOMO be like, oh, should I have jumped in here short?
I think it's gonna come down and touch this and go up.
Not a good spot.
Platform
I'm on is called Ninja Trader.
So he's on a different platform. I just don't. I have Ninja Trader, and that's actually who one of my main portfolios is through. The first one I ever started, but I just don't like their. He's used to it. I like TradingView. A little bit more polished, in my opinion.
And then you demo trade on a practice account for simulated money, and you can actually win real prizes. Prize pool is literally $250,000.
I'm in that for Ninja Trader.
There's a link for that in the chat and in the description as well. If you're seeing the vertical only stream, click on my YouTube homepage. And you'll be able to go to my YouTube home and find the horizontal version. There's just two versions, and sadly, I can't break them up in a good way for you to easily access both. But just make sure if you're on this one, if you go to my homepage, you'll see both of them, and then you can just click on the main.
Oh, that's genius, dude! I didn't know he did that.
And so this is some of the tricky part about trading is, I was really looking for a short up here, and so far it's like, well, it's selling off pretty good. Like we could still continue going, and this plays out.
That's what I was thinking too.
And so it's like, okay, well, I was right about the direction, but in terms of there's two factors. You have to be right about the direction, and then you also have to be able to actually execute on it. And sometimes that doesn't play out. To me here, the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 here just looks like it's top best right now. Just looking at how all these wicks and these candlesticks, it's really just all over the place. Try not to be very biased about it. It's still just in this range. Well, the NASDAQ is having better movement.
Yeah, I'm staying out of the ES. I really don't like trading the ES. I really prefer the NASDAQ. Oh, see, I don't think he's gonna get into a trade, but I will 100%.
Yeah, the pattern just didn't fully form.
I will 100% long this to break these.
You don't want to think about it as, oh, I saw the move and I missed it now. It's more of like, well, my strategy didn't show up, my entry signal didn't show up, and so there was no trade. I think that's a really healthy way to think about things, because otherwise, you're just going to FOMO yourself with hindsight so easily.
Yeah, he thinks it's going to the downside. I was thinking it was going to top this, double top and down too.
This is a good move. Now it'll just hover.
But I'm waiting to see
a lot of times
This is the key though. There's 3 touches in the zone. This makes me think it's going to go up, and this is just a retracement of all this.
Now, granted, because the market is in such a bullish spin, I think if if we came down and tested the pre-market levels, I don't think that's a bad spot to look for a long again.
No, see, that's what I was thinking. It's going to come down in
I think overall
pre-market levels. Bam.
This was a big whip this morning, but we've had big whips like that, and you think, okay, well, this is the top. Now we're going to start a downtrend. It just doesn't happen. Did we hit a 50% retracement? This is definitely well past the 50. This is probably 6 or whatever. But it's definitely, in terms of a healthy pullback, it's big. S&P 500 looks like it's just making a slow bottom. NASDAQ is kind of making a double bottom here. But again, it's just middle of the range. We could just sit in this. someone is profitable FOMO trading, do you think they should stop FOMO? I mean, I would assume that they're just getting lucky and your luck is going to run out. Is the Ninja Trader tournament with live data? Yes.
See, we're making
It's
fair value
basically
gaps
exactly
here.
like trading, but you're just trading a simulated
We're just
account, and then there's just
this was the move this morning
attached.
here.
You literally just, there's a link, and you literally just go to it, and you sign up via
This is confusing me. I just got to put it
email.
on mine.
And then there's a couple qualifying tournaments. There's one that's already 85% full. One of them is already full. There's one after left still. Those have a $20,000 prize pool. And then you'll go on to the grand final if you do really well in the first qualifier, and the first person literally takes home like $100,000.
Let's get this up. Just watch it.
I'll just put a link in the chat for people that want to check that out. And it would have been interesting if I got filled here. I definitely want to move break even on this trade. For those of you that saw it, I tried to jump in a short here, but my recently I changed my hotkey for over here. I have a custom entry tool that allows me to just use a hotkey to enter in on trades. Like I can literally hold shift and left click and it'll put it in an order. And now I change the sell side is alt. It used to be control. And I just recently changed that, and so I was trying to jump in an order here, and it actually didn't happen. And then market ripped out, and then it ripped back actually. So basically, nothing happened. Good learning lesson, and thankfully,
I've had shit like that happen. You get on and it like glitches out. You're like, then you realize the market went the opposite direction. You're like, fuck yes.
Is there a way to do a trailing stop loss on Ninja Trader, like an automatic one? There is. If you go to the ATM strategy, you can do some crazy stuff for strategy management. I haven't really done it myself, but you can do like an auto break even after a certain point.
There's Riley Coleman, man. It's funny. I'm not even subscribed to him. I watch this guy all the time. I feel bad.
So that will help.
I'm gonna turn on.
But I don't do an automatic trailing stop. I'd still be in the trade. I would have moved my stop to break even. My initial stop was up here, but after this big spike from news, I would have bailed at break. Because to me, this candlestick either shows massive acceleration that's going to continue, or it's a way big overextension, and the move.
See, I think that's an overextension, and try to bring it back to see if it was legit, and then it's going up. So that's exactly what
I was looking for entering in here was that this was starting to flush lower, and it was going to go right back down to here. And so if I was in that, based on I was entering in here, the target would have been 2 or 3.
Yep.
Would have been clean. But it
would have been good.
About 1x. And so ripping 1x.
I just don't understand what this thing is doing right now. It's retesting this, and it could head back down. I mean, this could be a...
Look at a 15-minute. I mean, I don't really see anything crazy on a 15-minute. To me, it looks like we just pulled back to previous highs. Kind of where I was looking, like the bounce from the pre-market is holding. I mean, like it does look like we're just bouncing and going long today. I don't really think there's
that was that retest
to capture that. The market just opened and just ripped. That's not part of my strategy. I don't enter in right at market open.
don't ever do that
I think there was a great
unless
short
you're
up here.
unless you have a stop loss that is
well.
way the hell down and you're 100% confident.
We could start to accelerate. Fully confident.
That's what I think's about to
The
happen.
market is in just such a
I think
bullish
this is about to just take off.
setup right now, but with volatility, so it's very tricky.
And the 5 minute looks even scarier.
The competition account is not working when you execute
Like, look at
trades.
this. It's just
why? Because the competition hasn't started yet. They have specific days where it actually works. You know, the day of the competition. So you'll theoretically sign up for a specific day, and that's when you trade for the competition when it starts.
Trying to find a good view for you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at, But these pips, I don't like playing in the market when it's got massive.
But I think it'll reach all-time highs today.
Like
I think NASDAQ is definitely on its way there. The ES is already doing it.
Is that a 15?
I definitely see this bottom here, but to me, this is
I want to see that 15-minute here.
Of like seeing if these are spots I want, but to me, this was just the way the ES was acting. I didn't like it crazy. Looking for kind of a bottom. It's just too middle of the range with the morning.
See, I think this
is a little crazy.
Is a resistance zone, and I think we're getting through it. And I think if we bring let's see what this is going to look like.
The real question is NASDAQ gonna test these highs again and just fail? We kind of have this tight up trend here. The ES is breaking into all-time highs again.
See, I want to.
Going.
I want to see where this one closes, though. Because it could, I mean, dude, it could retest off this right here. Definitely going to be some resistance there.
There were a lot of opportunities today. Yeah, there were a lot of crazy swings today. We had the open, we had kind of the top. I was kind of looking to take the top and short. It just didn't set up to my strategy. You know, I'm not trying to come in and just after every move. I'm trying to look for my specific setup because that's what builds me consistent.
I think this could
it's hard on days like this where there's like, you know, you can say, oh, huge bottom here, we caught that. Big top here, should have caught that. So double bottom here, should have caught that. You know, it's a lot of that's hindsight. There's no way of knowing the market was just going to rip 200 points at the open. And I have rules to not take trades right at the open because those save me a lot more often. And in hindsight, on days like this, it's very easy to be overly aggressive, and it works out on days like this. But other days, you get chewed alive. And most days, I think you get chewed alive being overly aggressive.
test that line, and I don't. God, I want to jump in this and just. All right, this is where you got to be patient.
You know, it's all about probability.
That's exactly right. You got to be patient.
That's where, yeah, volatility is really a double-edged sword. Because I think it allows people to like trade super aggressively and get away with it and get a crazy amount of money from catching the swings. And then the volatility dries up and they're entering in still aggressively expecting that volatility. And you'll just give it all back. And then you just get in this cycle of chasing volatility and FOMOing. And so, you know, to me, I used to do that. And now it's like I'm okay. I've accepted that I'm gonna miss moves. And that's I'm okay with that. You know, it's not about catching every move, it's about you. How do you make money consistently over time? And to me, days like this aren't necessarily those. Almost got it set up before, and I would have entered in, but you know things just didn't quite set up. It'll be interesting if we make kind of a double top here. I would actually look on getting short on the Nasdaq.
I totally just said that. God, dude, get out of my head, Riley.
It's like, okay, dude, come and test this high right here, bounce up and continue higher.
Let's see what kind of volume we got there.
Same thing. It's going to come down and kind of retest where this breakout happened.
Yep, fuck it. We're in.
You know, are we just doing a big picture continuation higher, or is this volatility going to continue and we just continue?
Where we get it at right there?
You know, I think it's still waiting to see what happens. You know, is the market going to flip? And that's what I want to look for. And if it doesn't, I'll just watch it. You know, not every day is your setup's going to show up.
All right, let's see
how
what
to get started with $4 and $50 in your account. It's for NinjaTrader, and so NinjaTrader costs $4 a month for live data and to start demo and sim trading and practicing. That's how I think you should get started. If you're new to a platform, new to a strategy, do not jump in with real money. You're going to just make mistakes. Mistakes in trading cost you money. You want to be focused on the process when you start. You don't want to be focused on making money, because if you're focused on the money.
All right, so we're in this one. It's moving really slow now. You hit that 10:30 mark. This is kind of where I like to be at because the volume is steady. Let's see what kind of move we get. A nice move to the downside would be nice. Just take out the bottoms. A little liquidity grab. I'm gonna get my close position ready because we need to close out right at about 1,000. I want to stay with the way this market's moving. I'd like to just get to 1,000. That's a 1-to-1 and just get the fuck out today. Market's just been really weird. turn some music on. I was like, we're missing something.
Mining has
don't like this
significant
move.
tax advantages that changed the math for me. It made more sense than just buying Bitcoin. That's how one of our clients described their experience with Abundant Mines after consulting their accountant. If you're like most investors exploring Bitcoin, you see the long-term potential, but you also see the risks. Maybe you looked into mining before and you walked away because it seemed too complex or too easy to get burned. And that hesitation totally makes sense. There's too many operations that promise cheap power and high returns while ignoring what really matters: the uptime, the environment, and the operational quality. And I learned that lesson firsthand, right?
Alright, we gotta be patient. No emotion. I don't like this move up though. Might bring our stop down to here just to lower the risk a little bit, because I don't like that. I don't like this move that it's making. Might have gotten a little early. Got 14 seconds on the one. Let's see where it finishes out. Typically it's funny, and I don't know if this is real or not, but I sit here and I watch these pips. And the 5 minute, if you watch the timer right here, if you watch the timer here, typically the 5 minute, for some reason, between 2 minutes or 1 minute and less, that move is usually a clear sign of how that thing's gonna end. So like, see that move, it started down. Now watch, let me see. But it seems to always start off the opposite way that it's actually going to go in at the end of the closure of the pip. I don't know. Maybe it's just me just seeing shit, but if this one closes red after watching all these other ones, I feel like the 5 is the way to watch. Like the 1 and 3 make you anxious. I just watch the 5s. I really look at the 1 and 3 for my entry, and then once I'm in, I've risked it. But see, we're about to hit a minute, and watch. We'll have a heavy push, minute and a half right now. This thing's gonna be all over the place in 5 minutes. I don't even like sitting in trades this long, to be honest with you. I wish we would have had more movement. I thought we were gonna have way more movement in this when I entered, and we have. It's just there's no, they can't decide where it's going. And I thought we were being proactive. We were gonna get into it early enough. Got 30 seconds. Let's see how it closes out. Come on, fill the downside. Bearish. We need a big bearish candle. Fill that thing out, bearish. So I feel better about it. That's one thing I've tried to work on. Yeah, see, we're going 7-5. See how it changed that green? But it was a I don't know. This move is a little rough. We'll move it back. Fuck it. Only because there's a gap there. And but I think it's gonna blow it out. There's still a chance. My original stop was up here. Alright, close out 6 of our positions. Let's leave these other 4 open. See if we can get some of this back. We'll let them run a little bit. Because we've retested this a couple times and it doesn't like it up here. It's been kicking off of it, so there's still a chance we can come back out and maybe break even. And I'm still at the same risk I was when I entered the trade, so there's actually a lot of we gotta get some sellers in here. See, that wasn't good. That was a bad move. Yep, stopped out. All right, reassess. We're definitely going to the upside. If we don't retest it, if we break through this, we'll long it. But wrong timing. Should have gotten in up here. I waited too long. And we got stopped out. It happens. Should have pulled some profit. But see, we're getting up into this retest zone. See, I still haven't seen a gap here, but we're definitely in that zone. But what I don't like, this is a decent sized pip. Let's see what this looks like. If we can get some market orders here. See, this is that push down. We got 4 minutes till the 15 minute. So typically you'll see market orders, and then it'll tank, and then orders tank, and it'll build up. Sometimes the move's strong enough though. It'll just push right through that. Let's see, we're gonna get a pull back a little bit.
You've been trading options for years and you're still not
Alright, so it's 15 minutes about to close out. when we get if we get a gap here, I'm gonna enter in around that gap. I feel like we're gonna close out above this anyways, because we haven't had a 15-minute fair value gap really. Let's see. I think we're gonna push from here. I'll let this run. Alright, so we lost. I think that last trade was like right at 800 bucks. So we need 1800, 1900 to read our profit for today, which we're about to get there right now, looks like. Make sure we didn't blow through this gap. I need you guys to chill, okay? Got a minute left in the 5. Started to lose a little volume now. How many minutes left? A minute left. Yeah. All right. 2,000. I'll let it push a little bit more. There we go. Close out. 2,200. I'll take it, baby. Oh my God. I did, but I feel like we're gonna push back down. Let's see. Oh, we're back. And it might just keep going. Oh, I didn't want to get out of that, but I'm glad I did. We are 2 for 2. Yesterday, same shit. Got out, perfect time. These market bubbles, I'm gonna tell you, I typically don't use them. So that's what I've learned about market bubbles. Market bubbles are amazing. Okay, let's talk about market bubbles. Specifically, this one by Leviathan. I don't use it as an entry. I use this to determine when I'm getting out. Okay, so how I use these, you can use them as an entry. I tried a strategy with it, but the problem is you get like this one little bubble. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say little, this mid-size bubble caused all this. Okay. In hindsight, let's look at this. These little bubbles built up to big bubbles, and we got this little move. So we had a huge bubble here. So I don't use it for that. What I do use it for is when we're in an upward trend. So this is on the 1 minute only. Like I said, I usually don't monitor the 1 minute except for when I'm trying to get out. In or out. 1 minute is in or out. I'm in the 5. I'm watching this. Like I said, a lot of times you'll get a lot of movement. Watch. Look at how much movement you get under 2 minutes. For some reason on the 5, the 2 minutes is the sweet spot. So what I'm doing is I'm watching, you gotta bounce back and forth. Even when you're in the trade. Even if you're confident. When you're scalping, you gotta bounce back and forth to know when to get out. Because different time frames are gonna give you different indicators. And you have to use all of it together. So what I'm doing is I'm watching the 5. I'm like, okay, we're good. We're getting to that point. I set a goal. You heard me, 1,800. That was my loss plus my daily profit. Okay. I try and make $1,000 on every trade. We got to 20. I think we closed at 2,200. I'm gonna look in just a second. But as you can see, in the two minutes, we got a heavy move and then we're pulling back. So we're getting in the fair value gap. It's about to disrespect this. But the reason I knew that is because of market bubbles on this. I knew when I started seeing these big bubbles, we're going to have a little pullback. It may be 1 pip. It may be 2 pips. We're talking minutes here. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minutes. But look at this. That profit, look, I would have lost everything. This is the perfect scalping strategy. You don't have to trade all day. I've been on here for 2 hours today. This is uncommon. But honestly, talking to y'all, I missed out on maybe 2 moves. Which is fine. I don't care. I really don't care. It didn't happen. It's not mine. Whatever. But look, we would have gave back every bit of profit if we would have got greedy. right in this moment. And then you start freaking out. But see, here's the other thing is, now, can this still continue? Yes. That's not my strategy. I'm not trying to stay in this thing. This is too long for me. This was too long for me. Right here. I actually got in here. I need to move that. So I got right there. This is too long for me. That's 1 minute, 2 minute, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. I'm usually 3 to 5 minutes, I would say. If my calculation is correct. But as you can see, we have literally been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes red. And we got out up here because I saw those market bubbles. Simple as that. This was like the best thing that could have happened on our first video on YouTube. Is to see this. So what I'm hoping is this gets out. I'm gonna use this video to make a ton of fucking reels. And we're gonna get this video out. And hopefully that brings some people in here, and then I can teach this strategy on a more detailed scale, but it's not hard. Like, you literally have just seen it all in action. So, all right, I'm gonna get off here. I'm pumped up. I'm gonna go hit the treadmill, go lift some weights, still haven't ate breakfast, water and coffee only. So far, so go make some eggs after I get done working out, and we'll check on the markets this afternoon. I probably won't trade. We're good. We're done. We hit our goal. This is one of those times that's do not get greedy. Get in, get out, set yourself a goal of what you're happy with, what you're content with, or where you know, long-term goal, what do I need to do daily to get to there? It's not rocket science. It looks scary. Don't be scared. All right. Well, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're working, don't work too hard. If you're chilling today, congratulations. I got a ton of shit to do. We're not chilling. So I will see y'all. Tomorrow is Friday. Hell yeah. I will see you tomorrow morning. I don't. Oh yeah, we got to see what we did today. Hold on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? All right, let me see. Trying to math ain't math, and oh, okay. Total P&L today. I'll show you. All by myself. Trying to get to that screen that shows you the download folder. Alright, I'll do this so you can't see all my account info, but you can see Tradeovate, account info, total P&L, open P&L, net liquidity. How do you undo that? They just lump the numbers, but today 1164. That's after our loss, too. So we will put that in here. Bam. Paste. And then we will update. Get in there. All right, so we got that updated. Let's do it on the 1 minute so it's accurate. Because I got in. Put our stop loss there. So that was a 1 to 2. All right, let's put this there. All right, so now we gotta find. Where'd I hide it? I think it was on the day indicator. There it is. I was looking for you. All right, so we're gonna add 1164 to that, which is going to bring 53,295. Sweet. All right, we got everything done. This is how I track mine. Everybody does journals and stuff. I mean, I haven't started doing that yet. I might in the future, but right now this works. So I'm happy. We missed a lot of good moves this morning. I mean, market, the green box is the market. I mean, this move out the gate, I'm not trading it. It's not happening. I said earlier that this one bubble didn't started that, but really this was just market open, and all the volume. You can see all the volume down here, but we kind of missed this move, which I would have jumped in this. I would have definitely jumped in it if this was here, if I was paying attention, and I'm glad I didn't, because this would have pulled and then I would have been stopped out. This one was a little frustrating that we lost this one. I thought for sure that this was going to be the double top, and this is where I got in. I thought so. Yeah, I was thinking it was this one. This is the one where I thought it was a double top. I came in, killed me. We lost. I closed out a portion here, which I'm glad I did. So I closed out. That's one thing too. So I have it set up in my broker that it sets my original closeout. I can set, and then I can bring down some of mine and close out. If it gets to this point, close out 6 contracts and then close out 4 more. So it won't close out all of them unless they all stop through. So that's helpful because in this situation, look, I close out a portion of them here, and then I let the rest run, which would have been a break even, or I'm losing the total that I already, or less than the total that I was gonna risk. So it's a way of saving some money if you're wrong. You just have to be tight about it. God, I'm glad. Look at this. Look at this pullback though. We got in our stop. We would have been stopped out. Another one. Another one. This is why I don't like staying in it more than 3 to 5 minutes for scalping. Because if you're running such tight stop loss, where you're risking $500 to $1,000 a trade, you're running such tight stop loss, and your pips are, the pips are $15 a tick. So every tick is $15. So you can lose money really quick or win money really quick, but you're in and out so fast that if you are strategic and you use your strategy, you won't have any problem making a quick dollar. You're going to lose a few. Like I lost one this morning. I won another one. So, but my loss was small. My win was big. That's how you need to do it. And I got out when I knew I needed to get out with these market bubbles. I told you, as soon as you see these market bubbles, there's going to be some downward trend. Look you can still see, even though they're green and they're above a bearish candle. But see, if you're, wagering, we're almost right at where, yeah, that's $1,000 stop loss right there. So you see how tight the window is? It's on a 1 minute scale. So, I mean, we're talking here to here. That's the tight window. So you've got to be right most of the time. But the strategy works for you. You just can't overthink it. But this would have stopped us out because I was banking on, I think it was this 5 fair value gap when we entered in. That's where we got in. It was right there. And we were banking on it not coming below that or hitting this 5 minute fair value gap. And it did. So we could have had 2 losses there. But we watched market bubbles. And I probably should have watched market bubbles when I got in the last one. But this looks like a down. But I didn't expect it to only be this. Especially after there wasn't a bubble here. That's what made me get into this. Is I didn't see this bubble's here. But I didn't see a bubble here. And I didn't have it turned on this one. I have it on my other screen. But this bubble came in. We closed. And then I was like, oh shit. Here, we're still in a downward trend, and I never saw a bubble. And I was like, fuck it, we're in. Like, fuck it. So, you can't use these to really enter. I use them to get out. I use them to enter. Do not use market bubbles to enter trades. I'm telling you now. If you do, you're on your own. But as always, this is educational. This works for me. All right, we're going to cut it there. We hit the 2-hour mark. Appreciate all y'all that tuned in. To all the viewers that view it after the fact, because it's going to be posted on the channel itself. So if you're viewing it from there, welcome. If you're new here, my intent is to show you how I personally trade and my strategy, give advice on things that have helped me be successful with this so far. it's not financial advice. This is mental, emotional, you know, do as you wish with it, but I'm not responsible. This is what I do. I'm just going to show you what I do and show you what I read, the things I look at, kind of my processes behind all this. You know, we went over why I got into this, or not necessarily why, but this is it's an amazing skill to have if used correctly. Yeah, this thing's just going to skyrocket. Yeah, we're going to break our other. But you see, we're getting market bubbles. All right, now watch. The thing I see here, this is another thing I want to show you. The thing I see here is we had green, 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 green. We have this push. Then we get the market bubbles at the top. Now, we get another bubble on this one. This may be, as you can see, green, 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 market bubble. We might have a little pullback. The bubbles can disappear too, see? Yep. So if we have a little pullback, bam, we're going down. But what I think is going to happen is you'll come down. It's going to retrace a little bit of that pull that didn't have orders on it. And then it's going to push back up. So it's pulling all this liquidity. And then until you see these, when they get bigger, the bigger they are, the harder they bust. All right, we're going to end on that. Y'all have a great day. I'm glad this happened. I'm glad y'all saw this. This is good shit. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Never thought I'd be fucking saying that, but here we are. So do it, please. It helps. It's free. And stay tuned. I'll be live tomorrow morning again, and then we'll have the weekend off. And then I'm going to do 9 a.m. Weekdays till, we'll say 11. I really don't want to stream more than till 11. I really don't trade after 11 unless my morning session is just trash. Yesterday's morning session was trash. I got back in the afternoon, it was trash. So I think I'm just going to stick to morning session. If I miss one, I miss one. That's something that I'm trying to adapt now. It's kind of, that's something I've started to see, is that the afternoon can be, you almost double up on the abuse. So other than that though, tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. And then Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. start next week. So I will be strictly here on YouTube. I will post stuff on my Facebook. That's probably where some of y'all came from. And then I will start an Instagram. I'm trying to do that. I started making it yesterday, but I'm probably gonna set up next week. I want to focus the rest of this week and this weekend on taking this video as well as my last couple streams, kind of chopping some content up, and then putting some shorts out there for you guys. I think that'll be, it's easier for you guys. I know how it is. I used to work 12-hour days, so you get 5-10 minutes and you're like, oh, let me look at the short, and you can learn something quick in 15-20 seconds. That's the goal. Have 100, 200 of those 15 to 20 second videos, something that you can go back to and watch. And then, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will drop some of my details below that you can message me on. You can message me on here, Facebook, Instagram, and a lot of people tell you I've been super helpful with several people already. I had like 12 messages this morning when I woke up. Text messages and messages on Facebook, asking like what platforms and stuff. So I know some of you guys are brand new and want to get started. I think that I'm gonna have to throw something together that's start here, and then as we communicate and as you grow, I want to know what your progress is. I love that stuff. So as we communicate and grow, and you start to adapt in paper trading, do not go into real trading right away unless that's on you. But once you start adapting to paper trading, you can watch some of the videos and you'll learn enough from there. But I want to have like here's a get started pack that I'll send out to you guys. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, y'all have a great day. I will see y'all in the morning. And as you can see, to the moon we go. All right, later, guys.